Johnny, what the hell have you dug up about Afghanistan here? What did I find, Johnny? What did I find? Well, I found a very disturbing picture of Afghanistan post-US occupation. Jesus, I don't like the sound of that, Johnny. Yeah, and we have to thank VOA Dari, a Middle Eastern channel, for letting us use this bloody video.
They shared it with the...
Yeah, well, this video's pretty long, Johnny, but I'm asking all the millions of bloody Ask Johnny viewers out there to bear with it. Keep with it. It goes a little bit longer than usual, but it's well worth bloody seeing what the hell is going on over there.
As a country, Afghanistan deals with insecurity, endless wars, corruption, poverty, a weak economy, high unemployment, and other challenges. But it also faces the problem of homegrown addiction and drug use. Some describe drug addiction in this country as a hidden tsunami, a large wave ready to crush what is in its wake.
Holy shit!
Health workers came to round up the addicts and take them to addiction treatment centers. But today they encounter the lifeless bodies of 3 addicts.
Oh, Jesus, as if they haven't got enough fucking problems already.
Kabul not only is the largest city in Afghanistan, but it also has the country's highest number of drug addicts.
We're seeing high levels of opiate use in the country. We're seeing high levels of cannabis use in the country. And an emerging threat that we've been noticing for the last number of years is definitely methamphetamine and other amphetamine-type stimulants in the country. So these are all increasing the threat to the population exponentially. So we have drug production and then rising drug use in the country, which is a severe threat to the people of the country.
Drug production and addiction go hand in hand, and both are on the rise.
Well, yeah. Johnny, that sort of shit happens in lots of cities around the world, especially these days in the US.
Here in Badakhshan province, there are an estimated 25 to 30,000 addicts. Like elsewhere, addiction tends to run in families. Jan Begum's family is one of them. They live in the city of Faizabad. Her 2 sons and husband are addicted. They use crystal meth and heroin.
We don't have anything. They're both unemployed. This one is an addict, that one is an addict too. My older son is not here. It has been 3 years since he's missing. I don't know if he's alive or dead. There are 4 of us, and all 4 of us are addicts. Yes, we sold everything. We sold bed sheets and everything that we had. And with the money, we bought drugs, and we used it.
The Americans were there for bloody 20 years. What?
Nazo is one of many looking for loved ones. Her husband and brother are addicted to drugs. Nazo's husband uses opium and is remarried. He left her with the responsibility of taking care of their 6 boys.
6 boys? Holy shit!
In Afghanistan, single mothers with no men in the house face a particularly difficult life, especially when the single mother is the only breadwinner. This is why Nazo hopes to find her brother, who is a heroin addict.
Oh, Christ. Just keep watching. Keep watching.
At that time, 1 in 3 families tested positive for drugs.
Good Jesus, Johnny, thank God the rural people out there living out in the country, they'll be protected from this sort of bloody stuff, I'm sure. There's the rural areas, you reckon, Johnny? Have a look at this.
Head west into more rural areas and you find drugs even more prevalent than in central Bamyan province.
What? Oh, Christ.
Province. The Juarez district is where most of the villagers use drugs. The long drive to get there winds through scenic landscapes and rutted roads.
Scenic landscapes? They look like bloody shitty looking. Yeah, you wouldn't have a fucking gut.
Juarez district is surrounded by green hills and valleys. People in this remote area live in poverty. They lack the benefits of modern society like good schools, clinics, or hospitals, and technology. Shukol is where people say residents in 5 villages are completely addicted to drugs.
Oh, God. Yeah, keep watching. It gets worse.
The sun shines brightly this morning in Bazobala village. Here, everyone, young and old, including the men, women, and children, are drug addicts.
Oh, Johnny, this is not looking good.
80 families live in Bazobala. Most people here use drugs together in groups.
There's little kids there. They're sharing it with the adults, for Christ's sake.
Groups and out in the open. The lives of the villagers revolve around smoking drugs. When they have it, they use it. When asked why, they mention many reasons, like this 18-year-old man.
The reason I became addicted to drugs was unemployment and poverty. I went to Iran, far away from home. I was unemployed and the situation was bad, so I got addicted to drugs. So when I returned here, I thought that the situation will be better. The situation is bad here as well.
I have been using drugs for almost 15 years. First, I used heroin. Now I'm using crystal.
It affects the children too. Parents not only use themselves but also give drugs to their children. In addition to heroin, opium, and crystal meth, the addicts of Bazobala are also familiar with other drug options like tramadol tablets. It is a cheap alternative to heroin and opium.
Those whose consumption is high.
Oh, Jesus. I'm running out of things to say, Johnny. Just keep watching. Keep watching.
Parents not only use themselves but also give drugs to their children.
Jesus, Johnny.
In Pejandor village, women are also drug addicts. In many families in the area, they use drugs with their husbands and children. This woman named Zara is over 60 years old. She became addicted to drugs 2 years ago. It was her son, Amin, who got her hooked. Zora did not use drugs, but when she became ill, her son gave her heroin to relieve the pain. After that, she became addicted.
Oh, Jesus.
They are one of many families here with the same story. This is Fatima. She has been addicted to drugs for 30 years. Fatima, her husband, and her sons use drugs together.
Holy shit, have a look at that.
I have asthma. I'm sick as well. I'm 65 years old. I go to work in the desert and mountains until late. I'm weak and my husband is also sick.
Everyone is addicted to drugs. These people are all unfortunate. The reason is unemployment and poverty. Well, the government does not care about these people.
But Johnny, the Americans, what?
Afghanistan remains the world's largest opium producer. Here in Nangarhar province, children and teenagers work in the poppy fields collecting the gum with elders in their family. They're helping with opium production. Mustafa is one of the teenagers working the poppy fields. Now 16 years old, Mustafa says he has been moving towards addiction for a long time.
So it's just accepted that they grow all this shit over there and they just, no one's helping them?
Mustafa says he has been moving towards addiction for a long time, just because he works with poppies and opium.
Well, it's narcotics. It gets you high. When we collect, we sniff, and it made us dizzy, made us high. Then we would sit down or go home with an excuse to relax, and then go out. It had a bad effect. I had a headache when I went to school. I got permission to leave. It had a very bad effect because our heads were spinning. We were high. Drugs must cause this condition to our body.
So what's going to be done about it, Johnny? Nothing. Well, as you know, Johnny, and I'm sure our viewers out there know too, that the US was over in Afghanistan fucking around there for 20 years. Yeah, 20 bloody years. And you've got to ask yourself, after seeing this particular bloody video, right, Jesus Christ, what did they achieve? They achieved nothing over there, I reckon, Johnny, nothing. Shit! Holy shit! And you have to wonder what the bloody point of them going over there was.